All praises to YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI Rakak, and double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do rule well and definitely teach well. And much blessings, much love, man, to you sincere brothers who push this truth week in and week out. And I just want to do a quick lesson on this video of this man who knows he's an Hebrew Israelite, which there's no affiliation between us and his camp. I'm a part of GMS. I don't know what camp he's a part of, but he knows he's an Israelite, and our doctrine is different from their doctrine. We got the truth doctrine, man. Us here at Great Millstone, not tooting our own horn, not tooting the horns of our elders, man. Not trying to be proud or boastful. That's the truth, But he did a video, but that was just a quick disclaimer. But he did a video with this man, this UFC fighter by the name of Justin Willis, who's a heavyweight. And not only is he a heavyweight, but he's a top 10 heavyweight in the UFC, which that would make him a top 10 heavyweight in all of MMA. And this man, he went 4-1 in the UFC, and now he can't find a damn job, man. You know why? Because he woke up to the fact that he's a Hebrew Israelite, and he's an outspoken guy, so he speaks on it a lot at his job, And I don't really blame him because he has a big platform. He has a big platform that goes across the globe with millions and millions of people watch it, and watch and follow. And he speaks on different things pertaining to the truth. Some of the things I don't co-sign because some of the things ain't true because he's not all the way woke yet. Lord willing, he wake completely up, man. Because he says things like the Aboriginals, the Australians are Israelites too, but that's not true. Of course, you have Israelites sprinkled amongst all the nations. So you do have some Israelites sprinkled amongst the Aborigines of Australia, but generally speaking, those are Japhetic people, man. Those are not Israelites. So I'm gonna let this play real quick, though. I'm gonna let this play. Lord, will you be edified, man? You come in the truth. Best believe you finna get blackballed, man. So let's go.
You're watching Spiritual Combat, and have a special edition of Spiritual Combat today. As you know, I used to be a big fan of the USC, and this is, today we have a brother who fought for years on this elite level. His name is Brother Justin Willis, and he is coming to the truth. And Brother Ron Dalton put me down with this brother. What you're going to see when you, as you hear this brother talk, and just from the background, from his background as being a UFC fighter, you already know this brother got a lion heart. This brother don't have the spirit of fear. And when you begin to hear this brother talk, you're gonna, it's gonna come across that, hey, this brother he don't have the spirit of fear. So all y'all feminine Hebrews, it might be a little disturbing to you, you know what I'm saying? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about his career a little bit because, as you know, Dana White put him out of the UFC. They're blackballing him because he came into the truth. Hey Justin, I'm gonna unmute your mic here in a sec, but
Before they continue on, let me hit this script real quick. This Acts 2:16. But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour my spirit upon all flesh. I will pour my spirit upon all flesh. Then your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. Now, how is the Lord pouring out his spirit upon all flesh? By way of the prophets. And guess what? They just so happen to be at Great Millstone and other camps who speak the same doctrine as Great Millstone, the truth doctrine. And what's the spirit of truth? This Bible, man, the true understanding of this Bible, man. Being properly teach. That's him. That's the Most High pouring out his spirit upon all flesh, man. This good water. This water where you would never thirst again, man. This truth. He pouring it out upon all flesh. So you got people waking up left and right, man. And coming from every walk of life. Whether it be a big time CEO or some big company corporate company, whatever, UFC fighter, people who construction workers, janitors, hair salon people, all kind of people, man. So don't be shocked, man, when your best friend say, "Oh, I just found out I'm a Hebrew Israelite." Don't be shocked, man. Don't be shocked when you hear your best friend and your sons and your daughters confessing the name Yahawah and Yahawashah. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashah. Don't be shocked, man. You know? Don't be shocked when you taught them to be a Christian or an Egyptologist their whole life. And now they know they Israelite. Don't be shocked, man. Because the truth is going out there, man. The Lord is pouring out his spirit upon all flesh. You know? And the world don't like it, man. The heathens, especially Esau, don't like it. Who is Esau? The so-called white man. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. They hate it, man. And this man got blackballed because of it. But I'm going to let this play.
But yeah, we just gonna interview this brother. He's gonna give his testimony of how he came up. He had a hard upbringing, and just his testimony, man. Brother has amazing testimony. But brother Justin, I appreciate you coming on the show. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. And you're coming across loud and clear. So, brother Justin, I appreciate you coming on the show.
I can't see you. Am I supposed to see you or no?
Nah, you're not gonna see me.
Okay.
Because I don't want my video to be on the screen twice. They can only take one of me.
Okay.
All right, hold on one sec. Oh, okay, my wife said, "Pull your shirt up. Your chest hairs is showing, boy." Hey, but anyway, brother Justin, real briefly, what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about what's going on currently, and then I'm gonna have you go into your testimony and everything like that. But briefly, talk a little bit about your UFC career, if you could. Well, first, just go ahead and introduce yourself, and then if you could, just talk briefly about your UFC career, and then we'll get back in all that later. But go ahead, I'll hand it over to you.
How everybody doing out there? The name is Justin Willis. Everybody call me Big Pretty. I was 4-1 in the UFC, top 10 ranked. So yeah, I'm one of the best of the best. When it came to the UFC, I spoke my mind. So I feel as though when I went to Australia, all this kind of happened because I met a group of Aboriginals. In that group of Aboriginals, I've always been a history buff, and you know when I met this group of Aboriginals, they told me, and they actually knew and understood that they were Israelites. I didn't get it. My mind was blown because I've heard of Israelites before, but hearing their testimonies and how they were treated in their own country, so they knew about.
Now, gotta say this once again: Aborigines of Australia are not Israelites. Of course, you will have Israelites sprinkled amongst them, which the people who told him that they know they Israelites were probably actual Israelites. They could have been Israelite foreigners, man, because we are mingled and mixed amongst all these other races or nationalities of people, man. You know? But speaking in general, the Aborigines of Australia, those are Japhetic people. Those are the people of Japhet. Those are the people who originally inhabited Australia, who originally inhabited Europe, who originally inhabited Russia, New Zealand, and so on and so forth, man. Until who? Esau Edom came and conquered, committed genocide on the majority of those people and pushed the rest of them out, man, into different islands and different areas. And some of them still are, and some of them were mixed and mingled amongst Esau, man. You know? Esau absorbed some of them, you know, to be quite frank. So those brown-skinned people, Aborigines in Australia, those are Japhetic people. But like I said, the people who came to him could have been lost to some of the Israelites who are mingled and mixed amongst Japhet. You know? So I had to put that out there because there's a lot of confusion out here in these last days, man. You know? The Israelites are the Negroes, the Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And people who are around the world who are scattered amongst these other nationalities of people who lineage just so happen to go back to the so-called Negro or Native American. So I had to say that, man. This is Romans 10:1. I say the truth in Yahawashi, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I can wish that myself were accursed from Christ, my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. You know what? I'm in the wrong section. I'm going to go Romans 10. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. Exactly. This man got a great zeal of Yahweh, but he doesn't have the full knowledge, the full understanding of these scriptures yet, man. You know? So he think people like the Aborigines are Israelites also, so but he got that great zeal, you know? So hopefully he come all the way to the light, man. You know? Just had to say that.
The arsonists, these people, they know, and it starts to really kindle those brain cells to really start to move. And now we're here, and now I'm getting interviewed by Mr. Israel.
Awesome. And when you found out about this truth, it was while you were in the UFC, and you began speaking about it publicly. And what was the backlash that you caught from, I guess, Dana White and the UFC?
Literally, mics being turned off. If you go look at my interview from Australia, they literally turned off my mic when I start, because I was interviewed by, of course, all Edomite reporters. And when they interviewed me, I said, wait a minute, like, how come we're not paying? How come y'all country are not paying attention to the Aboriginals that are right outside? And I was really baffled by the situation because they paid these people no mind. And when they had us go visit Aboriginals, they all look like The Rock, and that's just not realistic.
And eventually, did you talk to Dana White one-on-one, or how'd that go?
No, man. He when all this started going about, and it's kind of like a avalanche. It pretty much got out of control really, really fast. And he literally hid from me. I hit him up. I still have the text messages. I tried to get in contact with him. He wouldn't return my calls, my texts, nothing. So it's one of those things where when I talked to my management, and again, when you come into the truth, you start realizing everybody who has been a Confederate against us, right? So that's one of the truths, right? So Ishmaelites, you what I mean. You start understanding these people who are not on our side. Sometimes you side with these people, and you get what I mean,
right?
So one of the first.
You know what's funny? This man, he just found out the truth that he's an Israelite and starts trying to spread the word. But so-called white man couldn't afford that. He couldn't afford that going out over national television like that. They can afford the Israelites being in the news media as negative and as quote-unquote terrorists and bad guys, which is all wrong and a lie. But they can afford him shining the positive light on being a Hebrew Israelite and spreading the truth about it. Even though he doesn't have the whole truth yet, but Lord willing, he does get it. Lord willing, the other brother get the whole truth too, the one that's on the left side of the screen. But what's this guy's name? Dana White organization, and his organization, which is UFC, you got a lot of steroid abusers, different type of drug abusers. You got Conor McGregor always doing crazy shit. You had racist ass Kobe Covington, man, but he get put on the pedestal though. But this man, he's considered racist because he knows his identity and understand who his enemy is. But he gets cut. You see how these devils do it though? Mr. Kobe Covington, who racist as hell, #1 Trump supporter out there, he get put on a pedestal and then get his jaw broken by a Nigerian who's also Israelite. They're also a part of the Lost Tribes. Now he get, but hey, it's crazy, man. You know what else came in the news in like the last few months or whatever? You got this transgender fighter by the name of what was her name? I forgot his name. Salaki, I said her. What was his name? It's a man who was transgendered into a woman who fights MMA, and he cracked a woman's skull in a fight, man. Put her to sleep, and I think he put her in a coma or something. But he ended her career. And now you had this organization came out and nominated and awarded this transgender female, so-called female fighter, nominated this transgender fighter as the bravest fighter in, or the bravest athlete in history. Or was it this year's bravest athlete? Something like that. Y'all can look that up, man. Y'all can look that up. But that show you how wicked it is, man. You get rewarded when you wicked as hell, but when the truth come out, oh man, people don't like that, man. People don't like that. Well, not in this wicked, evil ass society. Oh no.
Thing that my manager said was, what you're speaking about, how do you think that they respond? They will respond. This is how they're going to respond. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, they start blaming me for it. You know what I'm saying? So they already had that Bredonian slip in telling me exactly what the truth was behind closed doors.
Wow.
So they actually became Confederate against me as well.
Wow. Now, Brother Willis, if you could tell us, because I know...
But I gotta say this too. Us here that got these regular jobs, we supposed to pretty much keep it on the hush hush that we know we Israelites, man. Unless you come across a brother who seems like he's a fruit that's meat for repentance, man. Who's sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst of this wicked ass society, man. Pull him to the side, catch him after work, let him know. Let him know. But we supposed to keep it on the hush hush for the most part, man. Matter of fact, let me get Matthew's real quick. It's Matthews 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Wise as a serpent and harmless as doves. Use wisdom, because you know this world is evil, bro. And they will turn you in. People will do all kinds of things when they find that you're an Israelite. And I've seen it. So we got to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. But he had a big platform where he can speak on the truth. But he should have known that was going to backfire anyway, man. I understand him with his big platform trying to, let the world know, but backfire. Let's go.
A while back, when we had first talked, you told me, you kind of gave me your testimony.
And it's funny, the only black fighters that so-called black fighters that the MMA fans like are stupid fighters like, what's this dude's name? Derek Lewis. Nothing against Derek Lewis, I kind of like Derek Lewis myself, but he's on the buffoon side of the game. He always just saying dumb shit, and that entertains these so-called white folks, man. He comes off as a bumbling idiot, which that entertains these so-called white people. Or the Uncle Tom fighters, they put them up there too. But when you come in with some brains and some intelligence and some wisdom, knowledge, you come in with the truth, oh hell no, you finna get blackballed.
You told me about your upbringing and all that, so if you could tell the people how you came up.
Some people will kind of say that I'm kind of like Joseph. I was given up by my family. I want to say all glory to the Most High for me being here, man. But when I was 7 years old, my mom, she that curse. I think it was Deuteronomy 28. I think it's like 56, 57, where it talks about how your mother literally, I would say, literally give you up.
Right.
So you get what I mean? So
right.
It's one of those things where she was chasing other things instead of paying attention to her son. I don't blame her. I forgave her. But it's one of those things where she gave me up to the enemy. And so at 7 years old, I entered the foster care system. And, altogether, I went to 23 different foster care group homes.
Wow.
And when I was 15 years old, I got adopted by an Edomite family. And, the Edomite family, everything was all good while I was still in the days. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, but I think what people know about me is I have an unquenchable thirst for and hunger for information and knowledge. This is something that God put in me.
You see, he was even adopted by an Edomite family, man. And he said it was all good until he woke up to the fact, the truth, man. It was all good just a week ago until he woke up, man. You know, but that show you how powerful the Most High is. He can wake up Jakes who was raised by Edomites, or Jake who might have an Edomite mother or Moabite mother or whatever. And by the way, once again, the Edomites are the so-called white people, the Caucasian, the Caucasoids, the devil. You know, and he understand that now, even though he was raised by them damn crackers, man. I think it's beautiful how the Most High can wake you up if he wants you woke. You know, so let's go.
And I'm so thankful because I knew that I would always get to the bottom of not just who I was, but who my people are. You know, so I think at the age of I would say 23, 24, things started getting really real because I started to first I was I think every brother they start off being what they call the Egyptologist or whatever, right? Because you're tracing back our history. So you have to make a stop in Egypt, right? So I was really big on that for a while. And then what happened was, I was like, wait a minute, why am I celebrating the oppressor?
Right.
So that's when I started studying Israelites. But then it was like this blank area because the Israelites have such a negative connotation, especially at the beginning when I was first actually understanding. And until about, again, this was like a year ago, when I met the Aboriginal brothers, then I knew 100%.
I'm gonna stop it right there, though. You can go check out that interview. You can see it at the top of your screen. That's all you gotta type in: UFC fighter turned Hebrew Justin Willis. Then I'm gonna just hit a few more precepts. I'm gonna leave it right there. This is John 15:18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world, the love would love his own. The world love these regular niggas out here, man. These average, typical niggas. These cigarette flicking, dope smoking, clown ass, hate they brother, shucking and jiving niggas, man. But once you wake up, the world hates you, man. If you were of the world would love its own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, then will they keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sakes, because they know not him that sent me. So, hey, it's beautiful. You got our people waking up, man. But this is just a quick lesson, man. You wake up, you get blackballed, man. You know? So, you get ostracized. I'll leave it right there. Y'all go check that interview out, man. It's over an hour long, and I'm not finna sit here go through this whole video. But Lord willing, you edified. All praises to YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI Gms. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Kwam Yasha Allah Abad Babal.